And it's Ken Kraetzer for CaMMVetsMedia. We're in Annapolis today at the U.S. Naval Academy. It's the Army-Navy basketball doubleheader, and we get a chance to talk to one of the officials of the athletic department, the military representative, and that is Navy Captain Brian Broadwater. And Captain, good to see you. This is a big day for the basketball doubleheader with Army here at Annapolis.
Yeah, absolutely, sir. Good to be here today. You know, we got a lot of sporting events in the yard, but the pinnacle of events today are the men's and women's non-N-Star competition, but looking forward to two quality games today with the women's game at 11 o'clock and the men's game today at 1:30.
Hey, just tell us a little bit about your career. You're an Annapolis grad. You were a football player, a captain of the team. Tell us a little bit about your days at the Naval Academy.
No, for sure. Enjoyed it here. You know, had the opportunity to play football for 4 years. Played quarterback. Had opportunity to start and get some playing time for my sophomore to senior year. Was voted team captain my senior year. So, you know, when you look at the opportunity to play, an opportunity to represent your classmates in the hall and in national media is pretty special. And I think a big takeaway from athletics here at the Naval Academy, particularly during my time, is the opportunity for the leadership positions as an 18 to 22-year-old, representing something bigger than just yourself, but representing your team, representing your institution. And then later, as I find out, going to the fleet as an F-18 naval flight officer, representing naval service, which is a pretty cool opportunity that you don't quite understand when you're here at school, but later in life, it's pretty neat to look back and see the opportunities that you had.
Very good. And tell us, if you would, a little bit about the academics here at the Naval Academy. You've got a lot of engineering programs, but liberal arts too. Tell us about some of the range of academic opportunities here at the Naval Academy.
Yeah, for sure. 144 credits is what you got to knock out in 4 years of school. 40 of those are purely in the STEM focus. So a lot of academic rigor in your science, technology, engineering, and math. You know, 3 core majors essentially, or major schools that you can have here: an engineering and science, a math and science, and then humanities and social sciences. So a pretty wide spectrum of what of the total majors that you have here and what area that you want to go into. And again, you know, going to school here the late 90s, graduating in 2001, now coming back here to work in the athletic department 20 years later, just to see the robustness and expansion of majors is super impressive in the world. As technology changes, as the domains of warfare change, and you know, it's important for us to continue to expand that, and it's happy to see the Naval Academy has done that over the last 20 plus years.
Very good. And for high school students that maybe want to consider applying to the Naval Academy or one of the military academies, certainly fitness and education are prerequisites. What are some of the keys to strengthen an application to the Naval Academy?
A well-rounded record in which you push yourself, you challenge yourself. Those are the things that we value. You know, it's important that you come from a strong academic background. A lot of classes that you'll take here in the core courses, you're going to need to take that while you're at high school. So whether it's some of the chemistry classes, some of the specific math classes, AP classes absolutely are important, but not mandatory. But want to push yourself academically. Also want to see what type of engagements, extracurricular activities, sports are you involved in, looking for a well-rounded person. And then most importantly, are you pushing yourself to take some sort of step forward into out of your comfort level and take a leadership position? Again, the Naval Academy has developed officers in the Navy and Marine Corps. In this leadership laboratory, there's a lot of great opportunities to do that at a young age from 18 to 22. But what we like to see is college or high school students from 14 to 18, from freshmen to their senior, really pushing themselves, put themselves in a comfort level, because that's what's going to happen here, and more importantly, that's what's going to happen when you get to the fleet and when leadership absolutely does matter.
And you've got a wide variety of places for your graduates to serve, both the Navy and Marine Corps. You've got submarines, you've got aviation, you've got the surface fleet. Tell us about some of the opportunities for your graduates.
I think it's pretty important to understand that Naval Academy provides a wide breadth and spectrum. From the few that you mentioned, also we commission officers in the Marine Corps. That's both Marine Corps ground as well as Marine aviation. We also have a few additional unrestricted line as well as restricted line opportunities. In the restricted line, that's your information warfare communities, that's your meteorology, that's your cyber, that's your cryptology. We also have information professional and intelligence. Those obviously are super important. And additionally, supply corps and a couple different options. So I know West Point Offense refers them as branches. We refer to those as communities that your service assigned to. So all of our midshipmen for our first class found out of November of last year, and now they're just digging into some practicum classes that are exposure to the life that they're going to go into. But I think it's important to look at what the core attributes and abilities of a nuclear power school completion to go into the submarine warfare. Probably a little bit different skill set than what a infantry ground Marine officer would be, and maybe potentially different than my background of naval flight officer in carrier aviation. So the good part is if you come to the Naval Academy, you're absolutely going to find something that fits your personality, fits something that's gonna push you. So a lot of great options coming here to school.
Hey, we often ask the athletes at West Point and Navy when we talk to them about managing time, learning how to do top flight Division I athletics, but also top academics and then military training all simultaneously. How do you work with your midshipmen on that?
It's a challenge. There's only 24 hours in a day, and we pack it pretty much from when reveille in the morning at 6:30 all the way till taps at 2300 at night. So it does teach a large part of the midshipman of time management as balancing those three core missions, taking 5 or 6 classes a day, engaging in their company within their squad and the military training exposure events that are offered. And then, from the NAAA, we help represent Club A and varsity athletics. So a total of 36 varsity sports that we have, and we have 3 Club A that we support. So it's a full day, and as leadership, we want to make sure that we provide them the opportunity to make the decisions that puts them in the right place to be successful. But at the same time, we got to provide a little guardrails up there to make sure that they can effectively balance the 3 core missions where absolutely are important here at the Naval Academy.
Hey, excitement here. You've got a new superintendent as of last week, Vice Admiral Yvette Davids. And also you have a female Chief of Navy Operations. That is Admiral Lisa Franchetti, who I had a chance to meet last year. Certainly a lot of opportunities for women, more so than when my aunt was a Navy officer in World War II.
I think it's great to see the expansion of opportunities across everything in the Navy. My first squadron, I was in Lemoore, California, flying F-18s, 2004. There were no female officers. There were no female enlisted chiefs, so E7 and aboves. And I compare that in 2004 to prior to the Naval Academy as commanding officer, VFA 103, Jolly Rogers, F-18 squadron down in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Had my command master chief, so part of the triad. Was a very talented female, and my operations officer was a female naval flight officer. So I compare what a ready room looked like in 2004 to what it looked at in 2021, significantly different, and we're absolutely more lethal and more capable. And what you're seeing now are certain folks from different backgrounds that may not have had those opportunities in the past, and the fact that they're capitalizing on that and doing an excellent, amazing job, I think just goes to show that the Naval Academy is a great place to come to, no matter what your background is.
A final thought for you today. I saw the USS Gerald Ford came back to Norfolk after a long deployment. Navy's out on the forefronts of the world, and the Marine Corps, submarines at sea, all out there over the holidays. What was it like? I imagine some of your friends are out there on those vessels and serving the Marine Corps. What's it like when the service your Naval Academy graduates are providing our country?
No, it's amazing because when you're here at school, I don't think you quite understand the impact that you're going to have later in life. And as you proceed through your career, whether you're a junior officer, department head, commanding officer, the impact that you can have on what our Navy does. And specifically the last 2 carriers that have been out, when I was department head, my commanding officer, now Captain Rick Burgess, was the commanding officer of the USS Gerald R. Ford. And then a classmate of mine, Captain Colin Price is the executive officer of USS Dwight D. Eisenhower that's out there right now, currently standing the watch. So it's a great opportunity to see what the Navy does. It's important for aircraft carriers, submarines, marine, forward deployed, forward presence is important that we continue to do that. And it's good to see that the Naval Academy graduates are contributing to that cause.
Absolutely. Captain Brian Broadwater is the Military Deputy Director of Athletics here at the U.S. Naval Academy. Thanks for your time. Thanks for the opportunity to visit. And most importantly, thank you for your service to our country.
No problem, sir. Appreciate the time here today, and go Navy, beat Army.
Good to see you. This is Ken Kraetzer for CaMMVetsMedia and the Navy League of New York City. We cover cadets, midshipmen, the military and veterans proudly since 2008. Thanks for watching.